Tonight on Evening. Climb aboard as we're cruising our way through the Caribbean. See Grand Turk from the air and under the sea, where you can top yourself in style and meet the world's smallest dog. Fly through the jungles of St. Thomas and go for a swim with stingrays. From laid back to romantic adventure, we'll take you away as Evening presents Cruisin' the Caribbean.
Welcome aboard a special edition of Evening as we're cruising the Caribbean. Tonight we'll be island hopping aboard Holland America Line's spectacular Westerdam. Let's take a look at where we're going.
Heading out from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, we'll be making stops in Grand Turk, San Juan, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Half Moon Cay, a private island in the beautiful Bahamas. Kicking it all off here on Grand Turk, the capital of the Turks and Caicos, a string of islands with a notorious pirating tradition.
But right now we're taking our swashbuckling to the skies.
From installing power lines to heli-skiing, there's not too many things Dwight Jones and his company Mountain Air Helicopters can't do. They even helped fight forest fires in our own backyard.
We had a number of helicopters that were in Omak, Washington, and at Grand Coulee, Washington.
Now that the fires are out and fall is here, Dwight's new mission is much more fun.
We've always wanted to have a tour operation, so we thought, well, maybe the Caribbean is a good spot. The tour is approximately 10 to 15 minutes, but what people don't realize is the quality and the amount of information that you get in that little bit of time. For 300 years, salt raking and salt export was the primary means of income for this island. It's actually what brought people to the island to stay.
Not too far offshore, the remains of a ship that sank over 190 years ago.
There are thousands of shipwrecks throughout the Caribbean, all because of the very shallow coastlines that we have.
And at one time, this hot climate island was on the front lines of the Cold War.
With Russian submarines traveling back and forward during the Cuban crisis days, the U.S. Navy used this as one of their key locations so that they could track those submarines.
But as many times as Dwight has seen the sights of Grand Turk, he says he never tires of showing them off to someone new.
I really enjoy watching other people have fun. I really enjoy taking people up and showing them a new experience.
What a perfect way to explore this enchanted island. But if you want a view underneath the surface of the sea, there's a whole new way to dive.
The inviting waters of the Turks and Caicos hovers around 80 degrees year-round.
Welcome to the Grand Turk Snuba Adventure.
The perfect place to spend some quality time under the sea.
All right, so our mission is to hang out with the fish.
I'll be going one step beyond snorkeling.
Blow forcefully out your nose.
Without all the expense and experience required for scuba. It's called snuba.
You wear this above your right shoulder like this.
And I'll be doing it with a little help from my instructor, Big John.
Will we see any sharks?
I can't guarantee that we won't.
Let's hope if the sharks are hungry, they're going for Big John and not Little Jim.
Well, just swim faster than your neighbor and you'll be all right.
Okay.
Shark bait.
Who's the slowest around here?
I think my mask is on properly.
My air supply floats on the surface, so I can float unencumbered beneath the water. The 20-foot-long snuba tube is plenty of leash for exploring the shallows of Grand Turk.
Trumpet fish, a lot of parrotfish swimming over the seagrass. It's just like walking through a garden, except you're swimming through the garden and the fish are the butterfly and the birds kind of thing.
I live among the sea creatures for more than 30 minutes without ever having to come up for air. A whole different way to see the sea.
Completely explored this island. I have discovered it for the world.
After all these activities, let's go get something to eat. If you think cruise ship food is nothing more than a floating buffet, you haven't been out on the water lately.
Most of our cruises are all foodies, so they're really looking for these different outlets that we have, different offerings.
From offerings like a taco bar to diner-style burgers, there's plenty of choices to satisfy even the pickiest eater.
On all of our ships we have our main dining room, which serves a different daily changing menu.
All right, let's go.
Before any of the passengers take a bite,
More about it more caramelized, okay?
The food is scrutinized by Holland America's chef staff first.
For all the different outlets that we have on board, and that's even including the crew galleys, we do daily food tastings. The whole dining room menu is being tasted.
But if you're looking for the finest food and dining on board, you'll find it at the Pinnacle Grill.
This is our fine dining restaurant, so this is really the top of the bill. We focus on a Pacific Northwest region, so it's not only our food that comes from there, but also the wine. It's really a restaurant for the special celebration, but I mean, some people, they like the food so much, there's so much to choose from on the menu, they come back every single evening.
Coming up, come fly through the jungles of St. Thomas. But first, this little guy is a Guinness World Record holder. Meet the smallest dog on the planet when evening's Cruisin' the Caribbean returns.
Welcome back as we're cruising the Caribbean. Our next port of call, Puerto Rico, and the capital city of San Juan, established in 1508 by Ponce de Leon himself. Well, there are some flashy dressers on this tropical island, and the ones in the know top off their ensemble at a very special place.
Tucked away in old San Juan, new life for a vintage fashion. For the past 4 decades, Christian Jeffs has been custom fitting Panama hats for customers from around the world.
Your hat is ready.
His shop, Olay, is the only full-service hat store in the Caribbean.
We are not the best. We are unique.
You are the only.
The only.
One of a kind, like its owner.
The real thing.
The Panama hats are actually hand-woven in Ecuador.
They are not made in Panama.
Using a centuries-old process.
A hat like this can take 3 months, 4 months, one hat.
The finishing touches are all applied right here with creative input from the buyer.
I give you that because that red center goes next to the shirt and is balanced.
Yes, okay? It does, doesn't it?
As for Christian's customers,
and I knew she was trouble right from the start.
They include plenty of celebrities.
If it's Mick Jagger, tell him you're busy.
All right.
From guitar legend Santana to Adam Sandler and his friend David Spade. And yes, Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger coming here with his son. Spend maybe half hour in the shop.
Hard to believe now, but a few years back when hats went out of style, Christian nearly went out of business. But these days, that business is booming thanks to fashion-forward hipsters.
Ooh, nice little hat here.
Christian Jeffs' hats can be found all over the world.
In this moment, yes.
But his heart is right here in the little shop in old San Juan.
The hat has a language. Hey.
Well, you can't come to Puerto Rico without having a taste of it, and I know just the place to visit.
What better place to have an authentic Puerto Rican meal than at its oldest restaurant?
This restaurant was started at 1848. I bought this place to restore the landmark to Puerto Rico because it has been in very bad shape.
Maria lovingly restored the restaurant that predates the Civil War by 20 years back to its former glory. But it's the food that's kept people coming back for more than 160 years.
The plantain is a must in every dish. We have a very popular dish that is the mofongo, that you have like a cake, and in the middle of it is stuffed with some kind of different food. That's very popular.
Wash everything down with one of their signature mojitos, and you have a meal worth remembering.
This place is magic.
Okay, now we're going to introduce you to San Juan, Puerto Rico's biggest and smallest celebrity.
If good things come in little packages,
oh, you look so cute.
Miracle Millie must be very, very, very good.
She's the little one.
At less than 4 inches tall,
here, Millie, go fetch.
This 4-year-old Chihuahua is recognized by Guinness as the world's smallest full-grown dog.
I'm gonna put you in my pocket and take you home with me.
Millie's humans, Vanessa Semler and Edwin Davila, had to feed the little Chiquita with a dropper for the first 6 months of her life.
Every 2 hours.
Fragile at first, Millie gained strength and weight,
And she's a miracle.
topping off at about 1 full pound.
She's absolutely like a normal and healthy, big 4 or 5 pounds dog.
I never thought a dog as tiny as this would exist.
Now she lives the life of a celebrity here in her hometown of Dorado.
She loves to be the center of the attention, so it's nice.
Always pleased to see her fans.
So happy.
And boasting a wardrobe fit for a supermodel.
Every trip we take and every place we go, we need to buy new clothing for Millie.
She may be small, but this is one huge star.
She knows that.
Still to come on evening's Cruise in the Caribbean. Take a swim with stingrays and soak up the sun on one of the best beaches in the world.
Welcome back as we're cruising the Caribbean to an island that Columbus spotted on his second voyage to the New World, St. Thomas. It was once the home of Blackbeard the pirate. In fact, his castle still overlooks the harbor today. St. Thomas is known for its crystal clear waters and white sand beaches. One of those beaches is on numerous lists of the world's best.
St. Thomas is well known for its beautiful beaches. But on the north side of the island, you'll find a beach that's ranked above the rest. Magens Bay is nearly 3/4 of a mile of tucked away white sandy beach. Publications like National Geographic are among many who proclaim this blue gem to be one of the best beaches in the world. With an average water temperature of 81 degrees year-round, going for a dip is a must. Here's a tip. When you go, head to the left side where the taxis and buses can't. This side of the beach is much more isolated and almost tourist-free compared with the other. You can experience Magens Bay for yourself any day of the week, but be prepared to pay about $4 per adult and $2 for kids. Not too bad a price to pay for a soak in paradise.
St. Thomas is great for kicking back, but it's also the perfect place for kicking it into high gear. Very high.
There's more than one way to explore paradise.
Something tells me I have my helmet on wrong.
Here at the Tree Lyman Extreme Zipline Park,
couldn't you at least buy me dinner first?
I am preparing to soar high above the Caribbean jungle of St. Peter Mountain.
Will we at any point break the speed of sound?
Sadly, we will not break the speed of sound. But as instructed, we will rub the nut for good luck.
Rub the nut.
Whatever that's about.
What kind of a place is this?
Then make our way by six-wheeler.
That is a steep climb.
To the top of the mountain. The first step is the toughest.
I don't even know how to hold on to this thing. It's crazy.
Here we go. Big step out. Oh! Oh!
The view up here is breathtaking.
You can't even describe it.
Our canopy expedition culminates in the greatest challenge.
This last one they call the leap of faith. It is the infamous yo-yo.
Yo-yo!
You know why it's called the yo-yo?
No idea.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Woo! There you go. Nicely done.
Okay, it's called the yo-yo because riders zip down the line, then back up at the other end, then down and up,
and then you go down again.
Do you believe in yourself? 1, 2, 3. Shoot, 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 shoot!
The perfect way to end this Caribbean treetop adventure.
Wow.
Woo!
Woo! Thumbs up. Yeah, there you go. That looks cool when you do that.
Now, if you run out of things to do on land, you can always find plenty of entertainment back on the ship. When it comes to activities aboard the Westerdam, the most popular seems to be kicking back and relaxing. But if you're looking for other forms of entertainment, there are things to do from stem to stern.
And it is a big part of the cruise experience when you ask people what they enjoyed. It's a combination of everything. One of my favorites is the B.B. King All-Star Band. They perform almost every night. There's a nightclub called the Northern Lights where people can dance until the late hours of the night. There is a casino on deck number 2. And of course, that's one of the classic things people think about when they have a cruise in mind.
But the biggest entertainment happens in the ship's 800-seat theater, the Vista Lounge.
It actually spans 2 floors.
For dancers like Carson Robertson from Calgary, performing on the state-of-the-art stage brings the shows to a whole other level.
The screens are phenomenal. Half the time we don't get to see exactly what's happening behind us because we have so many other things going on. But when you do have a moment to look back, it's breathtaking.
You may be at sea, but with shows like this, you may feel like you're in Vegas.
Coming up, where you can lay out in luxury and take a romantic horseback ride along the ocean when evening's Cruisin' the Caribbean returns.
Welcome back as we're cruising the Caribbean. Our last port of call is right here on beautiful Half Moon Cay. It's a private island co-owned by Holland America. There's lots to see and do here, but one thing you don't want to miss is taking a swim with some of the locals.
Beneath the crystal clear waters of the Caribbean, misunderstood creatures await our visit.
I'm here to learn the secrets of the stingray.
Despite their intimidating name, the residents of Stingray Cove are a friendly lot.
A lot of visitors.
Any questions?
They only fly underwater, right? They don't fly through the air.
Time to meet our new friends.
Very few men have the courage to do what I am about to do.
They're the little kittens of the sea, very gentle creatures.
The curious carnivores enjoy getting up close, even rubbing shoulders with their visitors.
So once the stingrays touch them one time, either they like it or they don't.
Unless attacked or stepped on by accident, stingrays will rarely threaten humans.
So when it touches them, it's fine.
The infamous barbs are used solely for protection. Sharks are the stingray's only known predator, and several of the rays have the wounds to prove it, including Stingray Cove's most famous star.
Stumpy.
Oh, Stumpy? Stumpy's her name. She's the one that everyone knows. Everyone comes to see Stumpy.
Stumpy lost her tail to a shark attack, but apparently never lost her attitude.
Yeah, she's a diva.
Our visit wraps up with a feeding session.
Dinner time!
A gift of fresh squid to thank our gracious hosts.
Ooh, that's good. I just fed a stingray.
Farewell to new friends. Hope to see them again real soon.
They really are as soft as kittens. It's a wonderful adventure, but you know, a lot of people come here to Half Moon Cay just to kick back and relax, and that's fine. If you want to do that, though, here's a way you can do it in style.
If your idea of the Caribbean is white sandy beaches and brilliant blue water, you'll find both at Half Moon Cay.
It's one of the most beautiful islands that they have in the Bahamas. It's a private island of Holland America Line.
Most cruise passengers come here just to relax. But if you want to do it in luxury, there's a place for that as well.
Villas are 2-story villas that we have. Inside it's all air conditioned. You have a jacuzzi where you can sit in with 5 people. We provide some food, some snacks over there.
And if you really want to be pampered, you can even hire a personal attendant to cater to your every whim. The butler and the amenities may be nice, but it's the beach that will bring you back.
It's one of the most beautiful beaches that you have in the world. The water is a kind of blue that I've never seen it anywhere else besides here on Half Moon Cay.
If you really want to take a good look around Half Moon Cay, you might want to get a ride with a little horsepower.
Why walk with 2 legs when 4 can show you so much more?
We do land and sea with the horses.
After a short orientation, riders can take in Half Moon Cay's sandy surroundings while letting the horses and guides lead the way.
One of the main things where a lot of people are surprised about is the way the horses follow one another in line. They're well trained. You give them respect, they will give you respect.
And that also holds true when you hit the water.
And the water is so pretty when you go in between it with the ship in the background. A lot of places around the world you don't get that chance. So one day your dream come true, make it be here.
That's it for tonight's show. Thanks for cruising the Caribbean with us. For any more information about anything you saw on tonight's show, just go to our website. I'll see you back on the mainland.
Cruise accommodations for evening provided by Holland America Line, your hometown cruise line. Air travel provided by Alaska Airlines, offering the most nonstops to the most destinations from Seattle. For their lowest fares, visit alaskaair.com.